webinar now. So we can start actually. So I would like to welcome you all today to this webinar about the introduction of our recently launched EP PerMed call, the Education Call 2025, which is themed and called by as the EP PerMed Guide to Personalized Medicine for Healthcare Professionals. A little bit now about, I'm Ioana Tsea. First of all, I have a next slide in which I will introduce the speakers of today's webinar. But the agenda for today will be to just have some introduction and opening statements, a brief introduction at personalized medicine and the scope of this call, more details about the education call itself, and the different things that you as applicants should have in mind. Should you need help, where exactly to reach out, which emails, which people. And then in the end, we're going to touch upon our recently launched the matchmaking portal that the applicants can use when making up the consortia and applying to the call. And finally, we will close this session with a wrap up, and we will answer any of your questions that you have then regarding to this call and the application process, as well as the different platforms associated with it. So this is our speaker panel for today, and I would like to welcome you once again. I'm Ioana Tsea. I'm associated with EIT Health, who is a beneficiary in the EP PerMed consortium. And I'm acting as the education project manager of this project and others within the EP PerMed. Joining us today, we have Juan Riese, European Projects Officer and the leader of Work Package 4 in the EP PerMed consortium associated with Ajax. I don't know if you want to say hello, Juan?
Yes, hello. So that's nice to be here, and also welcome to this very interesting webinar, and welcome to the webinar. Thank you, Ioana.
Also with us, we have Ada Kleczek from EIT Health, who is an events manager, and she will be talking us through the matchmaking portal. Ada, would you want to say a brief hello as well?
Hello, everyone. Nice to have you all here.
And Celine Carrera, again from EIT Health, the Director of Program Delivery, who will be joining us in this session as well. Maybe Celine, you want to say hello also?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ioana, and welcome all. Thank you for making the time. We're quite excited by this call and importantly, the series of courses that will come as a result so that we can make a difference in implementation of personalized medicine. So looking forward to your questions at the end of the webinar or all the way during the call opening. Thank you.
Excellent. And with that, I would like to invite Juan again to give some opening words and then opening statement now for EP PerMed. And I will go to the next slide.
Thank you very much, Ioana. So as a representation of EP PerMed this time, and as a lead of, well, I belong to the leading team of Work Package 4 on implementation of EP PerMed. Welcome to this webinar. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. And just to introduce what is EP PerMed in brief. So EP PerMed is a big partnership. It is a new tool since the starting initiatives of the Horizon Europe, the funding program of the Commission. It is composed mainly by national and regional ministries and funding organizations mainly. And also other organizations as EIT Health, as my colleagues here organizing the webinar, and for example, BBMRI, which is a biobanking European infrastructure. We manage a big budget, which is over 375 million, which is also the main part of this budget is for supporting third parties in funding research projects on personalized medicine based on yearly calls, but also as this time also for funding the preparation in this example of preparation of education calls, which is part of one of the subtasks in the implementation work package, which is we are leading. The project on PerMed is will last during 10 years. It's a very long project. 7 years working really on implementation of the project according to the strategic and innovation plan, which will be updated accordingly to the results we are getting, and the 3 years phase out with less activity just to monitor the results and the outputs of the projects we are funding. Next slide, please. Yes, so we are composed the partnership is composed by more than 54 countries, agency or institutions from over 54 countries and all over the world, and 2 new countries have joined us. It's the Czech Republic and also South Africa. And our vision is a very ambitious vision, is to improve health outcomes within sustainable healthcare systems through research, development, innovation, and implementation of personalized medicine approaches for the benefit of patients, citizens, and society. So it's a very ambitious goal, and we are working hard since the starting point of this partnership, which was in November 23, so 1.5 years ago. And next slide, please, the last one. Thank you. The partnership is based mainly in 3 different, pillars, which is based, as I said, research, where we are looking for new knowledge and technologies based on the funding programs launching every year by the funding agencies. Under the motto, today's research is tomorrow's healthcare. The innovation part of the project, which is the process of bringing about new ideas, methods, products, services, or solutions that have a significant positive impact and value. And last but not least, the work package 4 on implementation of personalized medicine in public healthcare, which are trying to look for and to support validated solutions that could reach broader implementation. The personalized medicine is a new approach for improving healthcare and for improving the quality of life of the European citizens and European and world citizens, I would say. It needs to really to support the initiatives that can be best examples on how personal medicine could be adopted by healthcare systems. So we are looking and working on this, and this webinar is part of this initiative, and with all these activities we are supporting. So I'm finishing. So thank you very much for your attention, and we hope that you will get a lot of interest on these activities, and we are expecting for your contributions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan. And I would like actually to follow up from the point that you said that PerMed actually stands from European Partnership for Personalized Medicine. So we have dedicated this slide actually to explain a little bit, at least in the context of the PerMed consortium, what we consider personalized medicine to be. And so we follow the definition of the strategic research and innovation agenda for personalized medicine on what personalized medicine actually means. And here we have highlighted some key words that you can use for your reference. So when talking about personalized medicine, we are referring to using medical models to characterize individuals' phenotypes or genotypes, and then using that to tailor a therapeutic strategy for the right person, the right time, and in this case, to determine the predisposition to disease or to deliver timely and targeted prevention. So that is what us at the context of EP-PerMed, we consider the definition of personalized medicine. And of course, there are different synonyms to personalized medicine that they have existed in the scientific and healthcare community, including precision medicine, but also stratified medicine. These are used interchangeably, but at least for us, we are sticking in these bounds for what the personalized medicine means as part of this consortium. And of course, the overall goal then for personalized medicine is to effectively tailor treatments based on an individual's personal profile as determined by the individual's genotype and phenotype data. Here we would like to actually share some resources that you can refer to when looking at EP-PerMed's different projects on making sure that we can implement personalized medicine on different aspects of healthcare, of education, and of research. And here on the right, you can see we have a EP-PerMed database for all the projects within personalized medicine that have been going on that you can access and see for yourself what EP-PerMed has already been working on and what will be coming up. And of course, we are using on the right here, you can see the strategic research and innovation agenda for personalized medicine, which we in EP-PerMed, we are using as a guide on what personalized medicine means and how we can then implement it on the different functions. Now let's have a look at the reason why you are here. So we have recently launched within EP-PerMed the Education Call 2025. And here is a brief of an overview on what the Education Call is, what we are looking for, and how we are then trying to implement the personalized medicine using the Education Call. So who can apply to this call? We are calling for a transnational consortia consisting of at least 2 and up to 5 members. And these consortium members, they must be established in at least 2 different European member states or associated countries. The complete list of countries is, of course, linked to the call text. So if in doubt, you can always consult there or reach out to us and ask us just to be safe. As part of this call, we are funding up to 50,000 euros per subgrant for up to 6 proposals. And the successful applicants will then collaborate and receive support from EIT Health's digital learning team to generate, create, and disseminate the modules that will come as a result of this education call. Some key dates to have in mind. The call opened officially on the 4th of June, 2025, and the submission deadline to have everything ready is the 9th of September at 4 o'clock Central European Summer Time of this year. And the expected outcomes that come together with this call is the development of educational content that is aimed towards healthcare professionals for the implementation of personalized medicine covering selected topics, which we will see in the next slide. And the education content and the modules that will be produced then as part of this education call will be hosted in EIT Health, the digital learning platform, which is designated by EP-PerMed in this case as the platform of dissemination and the hosting of these created modules and content. So these are the 6 modules that are being called for as part of this education call application. And here on the left, you can see the 6 topics that we are looking for, the target audience. And as you can see, each topic has either a more broad audience. For example, the introduction to personalized medicine is targeted towards a more general audience of general practitioners. while we have also topics that we are calling for module creation that are towards a more specialist group of healthcare professionals. And two examples of those include the personalized medicine application in oncology and hematology, and the personalized medicine application in cardiovascular disease, which, of course, there in this case, the target audience is towards healthcare specialists within oncology, hematology, or cardiovascular disease, respectively. And of course, we are calling for for a couple of topics which are more broader, and then the target audience can be all healthcare professionals. These are the communication skills in personalized medicine and the interdisciplinary collaborations for the integration of PM. So all of these topics, they come with their own sets of objectives. You can use this as a guide when thinking about which module is of interest to you and how then you would go forward to design this module. So we are offering these general objectives as a guide for you to take into consideration. I think per application, you can apply only to one module, so have this in mind. However, if you are interested in applying for more than one topics, of course, you can do multiple applications. That is totally fine. And so here is some more details now on what the education call will be about. So as part of this education call, we are trying to create and disseminate up to 6 new courses in personalized medicine implementation for healthcare professionals. And these are to be offered online through the EIT Health e-learning platform, as I have described previously. And what this essentially means is that the funding that is offered by PerMed will be invested in the development of these courses and of high quality content. The content that will be provided by the selected consortia then will be processed and turned into courses on the designated online digital e-learning platform with support from the digital learning team that the applicants will be working together with. And of course, that means that the final course will be a collaborative effort between the selected consortia and PerMed. And so from our side, PerMed is accountable for the production and the publication of the courses on the EIT Health e-learning platform and the provision of instructional design to support and guide the selected consortia. So we will be with you throughout the process. Of course, then these courses will need to comply with the UEMS EACCME accreditation requirement, and we have planned that as part of the application then and this process, these modules will also be submitted for accreditation by this accreditation body. So here we want to give you a little bit of some tips and tricks on what makes a good proposal now when it comes to the education call and what we will be looking for essentially in this case. And so what makes a good proposal or a successful proposal in this case is a proposal whose educational content tackles one of the highlighted topics, so one of the 6 topics that we have introduced previously, and that the application and the content of the courses is adapted to the target audience as specified by the criteria that we showed previously, but also from the way then that the description of the design of the course is being described in the application. So the more you tailor your application towards the targeted audience and the module that we are calling for, the better your application will be, and the more relevant your application will be. So have that in mind. Something else that you should have in mind is that we will be looking at the composition of the consortium of the members that is making the consortium that will be applying to the education call. And here you should have our eligibility criteria in mind. As mentioned previously, as part of the consortium that will be applying to this call, we are asking for a minimum of 2 independent organizations representing 2 eligible European countries and a maximum of 5 partners. We are also looking that at least one member is a non-academic organization. So a member of the consortium must be a non-academic organization. And then we are also going to be looking for further down in the evaluation stage that one consortium member has some validated experience in designing lifelong learning education activities, but also that one consortium member has some validated experience in the implementation of personalized medicine. And this is to be described then in the application process, how then the particular consortium member complies with these different requirements. Of course, what we will be looking for is also that the content or that the design of the content is indeed created for a 4-week-long module so that it complies with the UEMS EACCME criterion, that the content is designed for a European audience of healthcare professionals, and of course the courses as part of this call must be delivered in English. Let's have a look at some main reasons from our experience that proposals fall short in this case. And most times that has to do when there is a lack of expertise in the chosen scientific area when creating the content or the module chosen. The capability to create, there is there is a non-compliance with the time frame of creating and delivering these modules within the 12 months time frame that we have allowed as part of this call. There is some disagreement to the module being hosted on the EIT Health e-learning platform. How relevant the content of the suggested content is with the intended target audience. And of course, the reason why I introduced the definition of personalized medicine, as we will be looking at it as part of this proposal and in this call, is that the applicants should follow the definition of personalized medicine when submitting their applications as described in the call text and as I have introduced earlier. In the call text itself, there is quite a significant part on what the EP PerMed's definition of personalized medicine is. So we encourage you when designing your applications to please follow these details. So here are some extra clues and some things to have in mind when it comes to eligibility criteria when creating and generating your applications. And we have organized the eligibility criteria. These are also in the call text, of course, in general eligibility criteria and then specific eligibility criteria that has to do more about the consortium composition. Looking at the general eligibility criteria, we are looking that the submission of the application is in English, and of course before the deadline, so the 9th of September, as we described. We will be looking that each application covers only one module. Again, I reiterate, if there is interest to apply for more than one modules, you are more than welcome to create multiple applications for the modules that you are interested for, one module at a time in this case. All applications need to be submitted as part of a consortium, and we have touched a little bit the requirements for the generation of the consortium. And the countries that are included in this consortium must be registered in an EU member state or a Horizon Europe associated country. And the full list of that is in the call text. Looking at the specific eligibility criteria and particularly the consortium composition criteria, we are looking once again that the consortium includes a minimum of 2 eligible organizations and a maximum of 5 partners, out of which at least one partner is a non-academic organization. And of course, we will be looking at whether there is one partner in the different applying consortia that has validated experience in designing lifelong learning education activities, and that there is some validated experience in the implementation of personalized medicine. To help you complete, let's say, these different consortium composition eligibility criteria that we are asking as part of this call, we have launched a matchmaking platform that you can use to meet if there is some eligibility criteria for the consortium composition that you are not meeting. You can then use this matchmaking platform according to your needs. And later on today, Ada will go in detail on how you can use the matchmaking platform to complete the consortium composition eligibility criteria. So here you can see the general the timetable and the timeline on how everything related to this call. And of course, this call was launched in June 4th and will close here in the end on September 9th. This is the absolute deadline to submit your applications. But in between, on the 16th of June, we have now opened the application portal and the matchmaking portal. So these are all available for you to use today. And for we're going to have a brief walkthrough on the application portal with me, and then Ada will take over and introduce the matchmaking platform. We are on the 18th of June, and today is the call information webinar. But if you have any burning questions that remain, we have also planned for a Q&A session on the 2nd of September in 2025 that you can still attend if you have anything that you are perhaps unsure about and you want to reach out to us during this session. After the deadline of the 9th of September, between the 10th and the 16th of September, the eligibility checks will take place. And here we will check that the criteria that we describe in the call that makes a call eligible or not will be checked. And on the 17th of September, all applicants will be then informed by us on whether their applications are eligible to go to the next stage. If eligible, the applications will then go to the second stage, and that is the online pitching stage. So here, eligible applications will receive an invitation from us to participate in the online pitching period, which will take place between the 6th and the 10th of October. And here you will be asked to do a 20-minute pitch of your project in front of a 3-member independent expert committee. And following that, then all successful projects will go through an LC evaluation just to make sure that the ethics of the applications comply with the standards that are acceptable. And finally, the final selection and outcome notification will be shared on the 29th of October, 2025. So that's when you will know if you have been successful or not. We have accounted for a standstill period between the 29th of October and the 28th of November. But from the 30th November and onwards, we will have the kickoff meeting and we will start contracting and essentially starting the project. So here we would like to provide some information on how to use our application portal and some information on the individual steps on how to apply then as part of this education call. So we will be using the EIT Health application platform in which you need to create an account. And that you do so by clicking on the new to the system register button. If you are new, or you log in if you have registered an application on the system before. When you register, this window will pop up in which it will ask you to select the option that best describes you. And in this case, we believe most people will fall under the representative of an organization or representative of a startup or independent team. Most of you, I think, will be on the representative or of an organization. When the step is completed, you will get the top window, which will show you, so this will be now the portal itself. And it will show you on these programs and opportunities windows that you can click. When you do so, then the bottom window will come up in which it will show you all the open programs and opportunities that exist in this platform. However, you are interested in clicking the EP PerMed education modules or EP Edu for short. You can click on the green button on Apply Now, and that will bring you to the actual application place in which you can see we are at a full proposal draft. And here on the bottom, you can see that the application is composed from these different fields, and you need to go through all of these to successfully submit your application. So here is a little bit of more detail on what these individual fields are calling for. The intro section is more about, so you will be disclosing which module and or which topic you are applying for. You will provide information about the composition of your consortium and the different partners that are making up your consortium, including a lead partner in this case. And some admin information about the project that you are applying for. So the name, the acronym, the duration, all this information will go on the introduction part. The next part, the proposal form, and this is the longest part of the application. This is the actually the place where the main information about your proposal will be included. And these are all the questions that will allow you to describe what is your vision with the design of the module for the particular topic that you have chosen. How is your design? So all our questions then that you will be evaluated against are within these proposal forms. And of course, then we will be looking at these questions and we will be evaluating them according to the EP PerMed criteria, which we have also included in detail on the call text on pages 12 and 13. So you can always return back to those and a double check. There is also a keywords area in which you can choose some keywords related to your project or keywords that you want to include. The ethics page that then you will be answering some questions related, if relevant, on the ethics issues checklist when it comes to your application. And the work plan and budget place where you will be disclosing the budget that you are planning for, as well as the work packages that are being asked. So the next step after the submission of the application is that as from EP PerMed, we will perform an eligibility check for all applications against the general and specific eligibility criteria. And as a reminder, within the application portal, there is actually the full list of eligibility criteria that we will be looking for. So you have this as a comprehensive checklist in the application portal for you to double check. All applications that pass the eligibility criteria will then be invited to present their proposals at an online pitch, which composes of a 20-minute presentation in front of a panel of independent experts, followed by 20-minute questions from the independent panel of experts to the applicants. And these proposals then will be evaluated indeed by 3 external independent evaluators according to the 3 criteria that you see on the left. So activity excellence and strategic fit, which is worth 20%, impact and sustainability and implementation of feasibility, both of which are worth 40%. And using these criteria, then the experts will produce a score out of 100. And the final score will be the average score of the 3 experts' individual scores. We will consider for funding only projects that get a final score of more than 70 out of 100 as resulting by the evaluation of the experts. And we will do that for its module topic. And finally, we will select a maximum of 6 projects that we will select for funding according to top scoring applications. So again, we will be selecting a maximum of 6 projects for funding. And the projects now regarding, I have described this a little bit. The payment will be distributed as a pre-financing of 50% the amount. And then upon the completion of the course development, the review and approval, then the final payment of the extra 50% will be distributed as well. Finally, all these details are also included on the PerMed website, where all the information, including the call text on the education call, exists. And here we provide the web link for you to use as well. And of course, we remain in your disposal for any questions that you have outside of webinars or Q&A sessions. Please use this email. And please, when emailing us with your questions, if you could use in the title of the email, the PerMed Edu, just for us to know that we have a lot of ongoing applications. It's just for us to know that this is for us, and then we will answer you as quickly as we can. So now I would like to give the word over to Ada, and she will be introducing the matchmaking platform and how you can use it to fulfill the eligibility criteria of your consortium. Ada, you can take it away.
Thank you very much, Joanna. Okay, so jumping to the matchmaking platform. So as Joanna mentioned earlier, the proposal needs to be submitted by transnational consortia, so of at least 2 members. So that means that finding the right partner is the crucial step. And in order to facilitate that process and to help you find the right partners, we launched a matchmaking platform that you can access by typing in this link, which you can also find on the official call website. As I mentioned, yes, so this is the platform where you can start looking for your partner and start connecting with the potential partners. If you go to the next slide, Jana, please. So basically, I'm sure that many of you are already familiar with the B2Match platform, but for those who are not, I'm just gonna quickly take you through the steps that you need to go through in order to start using the platform. So the first one is, of course, the registration that you can easily initiate by clicking the buttons on the main page. Next slide, Jana, please. So in the registration form, you will be asked to submit your own personal details as well as the organization details. And here in this step, we just would like to highly encourage you to provide as much information as possible, because this will help the potential partners to actually assess if you are a suitable partner for them, and will make it easier for other people to browse through the profiles. And if another piece of information here is that if someone from your organization had already signed up to the platform, you will not need to set up an organization profile. You will simply be able to select the one that already exists. Next one, Jana, please. So once your registration is completed, you will be able to browse all the information that are already submitted in the platform. So first of all, the participants that already registered, and the corresponding organizations, as well as the marketplace entries. And by doing this, so on the participants tab, as you can see on this slide, you will be able to see all the registered participants, and you can directly connect with them by requesting a meeting or by sending a chat message. So the people will be notified about your message or your meeting request by email, and will have to access the platform to accept it or respond to you. But talking from the experience, we have seen in the previous calls that the B2Match platform is just a first point of contact, and very often then the conversation goes to other are carried out by other means, and this is of course perfectly fine. Next slide, Joanna, please. And yes, so you can also publish a marketplace entry on the platform, and this is another tool to help you present your expertise that you can offer, or indicate what you're looking for in your potential partner. So this is another tool that help you be seen and help you find people with the needs, with the skills that you're looking for. And here a tip from our side: the earlier you set up your profile, the better. So this will we highly encourage you to not postpone it and do it as soon as possible. So in general, the B2Match platform is very user-friendly and quite straightforward, but in case of any questions or issues, you can contact me directly, and you can find my contact details directly on the platform in the contact tab. So that's, I think, everything from my side, Joanna.
Yes. Thank you, Ada. And in case I have, I would like to remind again that then we are, the matchmaking portal has opened as of the 16th of June, and it will remain open throughout the entirety of the application period until September 9th. So you have a lot of time, but as Ada said, the earlier you do it, the more visible you will be on different people that might be looking for similar things. So at this point, we would like to open the floor for any questions, any burning